Hey, what up my fellow bees, AB Comics here, and today we're going to be talking about our top 3 favorite Christmas levels in video games.
Stick around to see if some of your favorites make it on our list.
So, without further ado, let's begin.
Before I get into my favorite Christmas level, I wanted to give an honorable mention to a PlayStation game. I would have picked Tomb Raider because it is my all-time favorite game, but there are no Christmas levels. The game I'm talking about is The Grinch. I feel like I can't say much about this game because I was really bad at it. I could never get past level 1, but I would have so much fun anyways. My favorite part is that you can switch between playing as the Grinch or his dog Max. I love when you can play as a dog in video games. Reminds me of the first video game I played on the Super Nintendo where you can do just that, called The Secret of Evermore. Anyone? Anyone? Am I aging myself? Okay, moving on. Stardew Valley is a simulator-type game developed by Eric Baroni, also known as Concerned Ape, which originally was released in 2016 for the PC, but later it was released digitally for the Switch. This game was inspired by the creator's love for Harvest Moon. AB and I watched a video showing how Baroni created the game all by himself, from the graphics all the way down to the story and the music. Now, there aren't really any levels in this game. You play at your own pace and get to experience all 4 seasons. Winter is one of my absolute favorites. Each season in the game has its own events. For the winter season, there are a total of 3 events. The Festival of Ice, which you can compete in an ice fishing contest. The Night Market, which various merchants come to town where you can buy some pretty cool items. Even though this might not count as an event, it is in my eyes. And my favorite, Feast of the Winter Star, aka the gift-giving event. A week before this event, a random villager in town is selected for you to give them a gift, while another villager is chosen to surprise you with a gift. I always get excited wondering who my little secret Santa is, and mostly hope it's one of my town crushes. Everything about this game is great. The music, oh gosh, the music. It is so good. So relaxing and calming and happy. The characters are great, the events, everything. There are so many farm-type simulator games out there, but this one is different enough to stand out from the rest. This game not only features farming, but you can also find a love interest, which was actually the first thing I set out to do when I started this game. And you can go mining for gems. The mines, however, can be frustrating if you don't have the right fighting weapons. Yes, I said fighting weapons. And that's because you get to battle some monsters while you're down there. I loved that. Kept you on your toes. However, if you just want a relaxing time playing this game, it is best to avoid the mines. But if slaying monsters is your idea of relaxation, go for it. I remember AB mentioning this game to me and wanting me to play it. I honestly was not interested in it at all. It just gave me Farmville vibes, and I don't know, I thought we were all over those games. Nonetheless, I sat down one day and played it. I am so glad I did. I was hooked. I couldn't wait to play it every day.
That was fun.
This game had me obsessing over who I would choose as a love interest and then feeling bad after I chose one villager over the other. It was just one of those games that just made me extremely happy. The year I discovered this game, I had sadly lost my job, and with all the extra time on my hands, this game kept me busy and sane. There are not many things I would change about this game. I may be a little biased, but everything is perfect, literally. If I had to mention something though, I do wish that the events every year would be a little different. Having played 4 years, not 4 years in general, but 4 years in the game, it can get a little boring. I also wish you had more time during the day to complete tasks. If you're not home and in bed by 2 a.m., you can pass out and lose some of your items that you spent all day collecting. But maybe that is good. It makes things more challenging. If you love Harvest Moon, Rune Factory, or Animal Crossing, please check this game out. I almost didn't, and I could have missed out on one of my all-time favorite games. The fact that I have played 115 hours worth of the game just shows how much I love it. That's like 8 full days. 8, I tell you! 8!
For our number 2 on this list, Gina and I would consider ourselves pretty big fans of the game, but I know an even bigger fan of this series. I couldn't imagine anyone else talking about this specific Christmas level other than Pixiebutter.
Hey, Pixiebutter here.
I'm excited to be here. Whoa, it feels weird to be in 2D.
Oh, careful.
Oh, my mouth doesn't move when I talk. Interesting.
Yeah, animation's kind of hard.
So, for those of you who don't know me, I would consider myself an Animal Crossing fanatic. The latest addition to the series is New Horizons, and honestly, I would have to say it's one of my favorites. For those of you who don't know, Animal Crossing is a game where you have your own little island with a bunch of cute animal villagers and you just live. But virtually, of course. I enjoy this game because it's really relaxing and there's no right or wrong way to play. It's just a game that anyone and everyone can play. There are so many activities and events, it truly feels like the game never ends. Speaking of events, one of my favorites is coming up, Christmas. And the holiday season in Animal Crossing is so much fun. In the game, there's this reindeer villager named Jingle who only shows up during this event. He asks you to help and deliver gifts to your villagers, and if you do, he gives you gifts in return. But that's not even the best part. You get to dress up as Santa Claus, and it's just so cute. Your villagers will even think you're the real Santa, and they get so excited. Throughout the series, you were always able to do this event, but in New Horizons, they added so many new furniture and clothing and items. It just really puts me in a festive mood, and I'm really looking forward to it. I remember playing these events in City Folk and New Leaf and having so much fun with them. I mean, there was that one time in City Folk where I tried to see if I could open the villagers' gifts and keep them for myself. I was just curious, but that was me in the past. I'm a better person now. I haven't experienced the New Horizons holiday event yet, and that's because in this game you can't time travel to future games. Not saying I time travel, not saying there's anything wrong with time traveling, to each their own. However, I am very excited to see what's gonna come from this event. Oh, but if there is one thing I wish I could change about the holiday event, it would probably be the date. As stated before, you can't time travel to events that haven't happened in real time, and the holiday event is so close to actual holidays that I feel like I'm going to be too busy during the actual holidays and not have time to play the holiday event in-game. But it's not too big of a deal because the in-game holiday events are usually the whole day, so I think I'll have time to play. I really love the holidays, so either way, I'm excited. I hope I got some of you guys excited for the holidays, and who knows, maybe we could play Animal Crossing together in the future. Thank you for AV Comics and Gina for inviting me. I had a good time. Happy holidays, everyone. Bye!
Thank you so much, Pixiebutter. That was awesome.
Make sure you guys go check out our content. If you're an Animal Crossing fan, you won't be disappointed.
We'll leave some links in the description below. When I think of Christmas levels in video games, a bunch of snow levels come to mind, like Mario 64's Cool Cool Mountain, the Snowhead region in Majora's Mask, and the Shiver Star level from Kirby 64, The Crystal Shards. Wow, I just realized those were like all Nintendo 64 games. I played a lot of Nintendo 64 growing up, okay? But even though all those were all great snow levels, they're not really Christmas levels. Now, a great Christmas level for me has to be Freeze Easy Peak from BanjoKazooie. Okay, yeah, I know it's another 64 game, but what can I say? Back then, Nintendo knew what was up. For those of you who only know Banjo and Kazooie from the Super Smash Bros. DLC, let me tell you about the game real quick. And not the nuts and bolts one on the Xbox. We don't speak of such things here. The game is a simple 3D platformer and collectathon, where you need to collect items in order to make progress in the game. You play as a strong bear who's like super polite, and his smart mouth bird friend, Kazooie, who's super rude to everyone, but it's pretty funny, and pretty much just lives in Banjo's backpack. The duo go on their journey to save Banjo's little sister from an evil witch. There's so many great challenging levels in this game, with an amazing music score made by Grant Kirkhope. Freeze Easy Peak is such a fun level. You get thrown into this huge winter world where you need to complete objectives in order to collect Jiggies, which are the main things you need to collect in the game in order to access more levels. You meet a family of little polar bears that need you to find their Christmas presents for them, and they're hidden throughout the level because their dad is a terrible father apparently. There's these little Christmas lights that need your help to get to this massive Christmas tree, but they keep getting eaten by some green monsters, so you have to kill them. The monsters, not the lights. Once you do, the tree lights up, and then you have to fly through the star on the top 3 times to get another Jiggy. There's also these evil snowmen that throw snowballs at you, which I guess are technically pieces of themselves, which is kind of gross when you think about it. And at the center of the level, there's this giant snowman that you either climb or fly on top of. Then you can slide down the scarf, hitting the polar bear's kid's dad, and then he coughs up another Jiggy. And there is still so much more that you can do in this level. Like, you do some races on a sled, find all the hidden Jinjos, and then you turn into a little walrus. He's so cute. And now you can go through the ice water and it won't hurt you. And then every time he jumps, he goes like this. This level just screams Christmas for me. It has all the right decorations and sticks with its theme. I mean, look at that tree. The music is super Christmassy too. And the most important thing, it's just straight up a fun level. So that was our list. What'd you guys think?
Were there any Christmas or snow levels you think we should have mentioned? Let us know in the comments.
And another huge thank you to Pixiebutter for helping us out in our video. She makes great Animal Crossing videos and memes all on her own almost every day, and they're all hilarious. So be sure to check her content out in the links in the description below.
We'll see you next time. Stay safe. Bye guys.